Okay, so here is our feature palette for this Wednesday. You guys are just gonna have to bear with me here. I don't know why, but I'm just not feeling the greatest today. I feel kind of nauseated. But we're gonna talk about this palette because I really want to talk about it. And I'll show you what I'm gonna do. Okay, here are the colors in this palette. This is the original Clay Play, you guys. I know they have a quote Clay Play 2 out now, which really is just a replacement for this. But if you have this one, the original one, this is the one with the 3 bronzers. What they've done now is they've replaced this with a blush. They've replaced this with a highlighter that I've heard breaks really easily. And then these 3 mattes, they replaced with shimmers. This one, Onyx, they replaced with like a brown shimmer, which makes no sense to me. That is the best color ever to use for liner, but they replaced it. I have many thoughts because they also kept the exact same packaging, the exact same names, everything. They didn't change anything except for the pans for the colors. And so, yeah, they might have made it to where some people could use it as an all-in-one kind of palette, which is what they were going for, but they eliminated some of these cooler tones and the black, and they eliminated the other 2 contour shades and only left us with this one lighter contour shade. So the newer palette is a lot less versatile for different skin tones. But, you know, if you do have a lighter skin tone and you want those shimmers and you want an all-in-one palette with blush and highlight, then, you know, you can check it out. But in my opinion, I like this one a lot better. Okay, so if you have this palette, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using this as my bronzer. I'm going to use a little of this as my contour. Then I'm going to go in with this color and a little bit of these colors. I'm going to kind of mix these colors to make a brow shade for myself. You'll see that I lined underneath my brows a little bit, and I put a tiny bit of brow gel through, but it's not, my brows are not completely filled in by doing that. So I'm going to use a little of these powders for my brows. Then I'm going to use these on my lid, and I'm going to mix some of these other colors in my crease. And I'm going to use this as my liner. So that's what you're going to be seeing me do today with this palette. Okay, so now I have bronzer, blush, contour, brows. I'm going to go into this matte white, put that a little bit on my lid. I'm going to go into this pink color called Journey. Put that down just as my first transition. Okay, and I deepened my crease a little bit with the color Stone. It's more of a cool toned brown. And now I'm going in with another kind of warm color called Ember. Just here on my outer crease, bringing it a little bit into my crease. Go. I'm going to take the color Sand and kind of just blend with it. kind of like a, I don't know, it's not white, it's like a darker, the darker of the two cream colors. It's that one right there. Okay, and now I used Ember on my bottom lash line, and I'm also going into the color Timber, which is actually the darkest of the contour shades. I love using that color on my eyes, since for me it's too dark for contour, but it makes a great brow or just eyeshadow. There we go. Now I'm going to go into the color Sand again, just with my finger. And just brighten up this inner corner a little bit. I'm going to take that first blending brush I used and sort of blend again in there. Now I'm going to use that black shade Onyx on a little angle brush, and I'm just going to press this into my lashes as my liner. Just like that. Here we go. I'm going to do the other eye and some mascara, and I will talk to you guys in a second. Okay, there we go. And that's the finished look with the Clay Play palette, the original. And look at that liner. Like, you see how black that shadow is? That is the blackest shadow that I own out of all my palettes. And that's why I think it was such a mistake that they took it out of the second version, because it's such a great black. I mean, it blends really nice, but it's also so good for liner. Like, I mean, picking it up on camera does not do it justice, you guys, but it's such a great liner shade. And I used this little angled brush. This is a Real Techniques 202. Wait, yeah, 202. And it's easy to get in there with the shadow and just make like a really nice, precise line. Anyway, that is actually one of my favorite ways to do liner, is with that black. Now, I actually forgot, I hadn't used this palette in quite a while, because I honestly got kind of turned off by the whole debacle with the Clay Play 2 coming out. Now, sadly, if you don't already own this palette, I don't know that you can find the original Clay Play anymore, because now the Clay Play 2 is actually on sale. So I don't know if you have had experience with the Clay Play 2, let me know. I've just heard so many like not good reviews about it, with the highlighter breaking, and then the fact that the shimmers replaced, you know, these cool tone colors and that black. So you're basically just left with a bronzer color for one skin tone and a blush and a highlight that, you know, may or may not work for your skin tone, and then you're left with all warm tone eyeshadows. So, you know, they tried to make it more all-inclusive so you could do a look with it, but I think they made it a little less inclusive. Nevertheless, if you are interested in this palette, like I said, I don't know where they sell it anymore. I don't think Ulta or Sephora sell this anymore. I don't know if you can get it on Tarte.com still. They kind of retired this one and replaced it with the other one, and they were kind of sneaky about it. It just sort of disappeared off the market, and then they released the Clay Play 2 in the exact same packaging, names and all. So I don't know, you guys, but I hope you found this helpful if you do own this palette, so you can see how I used it. And I actually am really, like, I liked using the bronzer and contour and to do my eyebrows and liner and everything. I might actually travel with this soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Bye. Oh, and dang it, I don't have it. I'm downstairs. My son's playing, so if you could hear him in the background, I'm sorry. He plays loud sometimes. But hopefully you could hear me this whole time. But next week, I'm going to be doing a demo and talking about the Jaclyn Hill palette, you guys. Ah, I love the Jaclyn Hill palette. So next week, I will probably go and do like my go-to look with that palette, because there's certain shades that I just gravitate towards, and those are like my go-to shades when I pull out that palette. And then sometimes I'll mix it up and do a couple extra shades to, you know, do a kind of different look. But I will be going through that palette with you next week. So hope you look forward to that, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Bye!